How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to ChefWhale. Today we've got for you Buttery popcorn from Bath & Body Works. This has been one of my most anticipated candles of this summer because of how disappointing Bath & Body Works' last popcorn candle was. Whenever I think of a popcorn candle, I want that rich, buttery smell that fills the theater, fills your apartment. That's what I'm expecting. And if a 2-cent bag of popcorn can fill my apartment with that kind of smell, like a $26.50 candle should be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that like in the 2 or 3 years that we've been doing this candle thing and getting into all the different scents, we have been underwhelmed by all the different popcorn candles that Bath & Body Works has put out. And we always get excited when a new one comes out to see if like this will finally be the one.
As far as the label goes, it's at least the most visually appealing one. This label is better than any popcorn label I've seen since I've gotten into their candles. And if you've watched our last video, you know what's up on this candle. We absolutely love that blue and green paint stroke design on the sour melon drop candle from this same line. And this candle isn't really that different. You've just got a difference of colors here. You've got warm, sunshiny colors. Sunshine is the first thing I think of, but I also think of hay. What are you thinking of?
For me, this makes me think of a bonfire.
It's a really good point now that I'm looking at it.
Right? It's just got all the different colors that you typically associate with fire, and bonfires for me are a very summery thing going into fall.
It really does. The way that these brush strokes point upwards really does give me that popping, crackling. And then on top of these paint strokes, just like the other candle, you do get that gold flecking. It's reminiscent of the popping embers.
I do wish that there was a different fragrance associated with this label, maybe something a little smoky.
Most of the bonfire fragrances that they do are going to be in their fall collection. They don't really put any of that smokiness in their summer candles. For me, it's an anytime type smell. If you're going to do a popcorn candle, I guess I can say at least they didn't just put vertically striped white and red bags full of popcorn all over. Mm-hmm. Maybe even stick buttery popcorn in front of like a floral label like they do sometimes with really clashing type things.
So before we get into the actual fragrance, let me give you guys the notes. Melted butter, fresh popcorn, and a sprinkle of sea salt.
God, salt smells so good. All right, for me, butter hits you like a freight train. So they're not joking with that, with buttery being the first note in this fragrance. It is up front and it's in your face. The butter note is exactly what you're getting at the top, and then layered through that buttery note, you get that popcorn smell. So, it's dead on. Now, it certainly does not smell on cold like a fresh popped bag of popcorn does. I feel like when you do pop popcorn, you get that essence of its temperature, if that makes sense, in the air. Like, something's cooking. I can't really explain it, but something's cooking. On cold, this really does smell. It smells like buttery popcorn, but it smells like if you popped popcorn 3 hours ago and you walked up and kind of sniffed the bowl of popcorn that you still had left over. It's dead on with that. They can't really do much for a buttery popcorn candle smelling like warm, hot, buttery popcorn when it's not burnt. So, as far as like an on-cold expectation of mine, this is pretty dead on. Can't wait to see how this translates burning. Really hope that this is going to be one of those candles that fills our apartment like a bag of popcorn does. So Morgan, you tell me, do you smell popcorn?
Okay, so I don't fully agree with you that this smells like 3-hour-old popcorn. To me, this smells like
2-hour-old body popcorn.
No, this smells like, to me, this evokes memories for me of like the state fair, like walking down the dirt paths and all the rides are going past you, and you just get that massive drift of fresh popped popcorn smell. And on top of that, I get more of like a caramel popcorn smell. Like the butter is definitely there, don't get me wrong, they definitely hit that note, but I'm getting some sort of sweetness added to this, where maybe it's kettle corn, maybe it's caramel corn, I don't know, but this definitely evokes more of a sweet note to me, which maybe is why I'm thinking of the fair, because this automatically makes me think of the fair. I think that this would be a fairly decent candle.
Fairly decent candle.
But no, I think it would be a really good, solid summer candle, but also going into the fall as well. Like this is a warm, cozy candle.
How does this differ from Summer Boardwalk?
Summer Boardwalk, well, we'll get into that in a different review video. That one's got more of a fruity apple smell.
Yeah, it's got that caramel apple in it.
Yeah.
The notes that you're picking up here, that's what I get in Summer Boardwalk. That's what excites me so much about that candle, because there's a lot of people, Hearthside, shout out to Hearthside, his Summer Boardwalk review, he gets that popcorn note intensely, it seems.
Yeah, it's more of a front note for him.
I have never smelled popcorn in Summer Boardwalk, and I don't know what that says about me as a candle reviewer. But
I get it a little bit.
I don't really get it.
This.
And maybe it has something to do with the type of fairs that I grew up around. Like for me, fairs were nothing but like fried, dank, heavy oil and grease smell. Like that's all I really have as far as...
It's what you have for a reference point.
Yeah, that's my reference point from fairs. And maybe Sag Harbor had, your traditional...
I can think of like amusement parks in the summer. Like any sort of like just... entertainment area where you've got a lot of kids, a lot of vendors, and obviously popcorn stands. That's what this evokes for me. So I am equally excited to smell it burning. I am normally not a huge fan of food smells like this in a candle, but I am excited to... I feel like this will be a very cozy scent.
I'm excited for this one. It is really interesting though to me, like how much you're getting like a fair smell out of this, and for me, how much I'm getting like a about to go see a Marvel movie type. Like my association of popcorn literally is either movie theater or living room. That's really where I've consumed, I would probably say 98% of the popcorn I've eaten in my life. I'm excited to go and burn this. I'm excited to see what this particular label looks like as it's lit. I think that it's really going to make these gold flecks pop. It's really going to add to that bonfire vibe that I'm glad that you pointed out to me. And yeah, we'll be right back and let you guys know exactly how it burned. So as far as the burn goes, pretty disappointing candle.
Yeah.
Honestly, after burning this candle, I really think if I want to smell popcorn that bad, I'm probably just going to pop popcorn.
Yeah. I'd say the throw was maybe like a 3 or 4 out of 10. Like it was not very strong. It took like a solid hour to fill just our bedroom.
Yeah. The 8x8x8 bedroom that we remeasured, and it's definitely not 8x8x8. We sat there kind of thinking about it. I was like, wait, if it's 8x8x8 and I'm 5'9", that means if my head's on the wall, we've got like 2 feet between my feet and the door. Yeah, so we remeasured it, and I think it's what like it's
like a 10x12.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than that, but at least you guys still know what the dimensions are.
Regular sized bedroom. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about candles that are in a collection with sour melon drop, if sour melon drop is the 10, this is seriously, like Morgan said, a 3 or 4. It's a heavy butter smell, so it's pretty accurate with what I smelled on cold.
It is. His description was so accurate that like I would change it to exactly what I said. I picked up no sweet notes when it was burning. When it was burning, it smelled like 3-day-old popcorn.
I'm jealous that you got popcorn out of it. If you really sit there and you take a deep whiff of this candle, you'll maybe smell where the popcorn is in it. I just need to get some masking tape and just cover the word popcorn and just have this candle be called Buttery. It's legit just butter, like warm butter.
It's still my favorite out of all the popcorn candles that Bath and Body Works has put out.
I feel like that's even a bold statement. Like,
well, I mean,
the
like
favorite of all the popcorn candles.
Spectrum of popcorn candles that Bath and Body Works has put out, this is probably the most accurate. But again, still very underwhelming when it's burning.
Yeah. I mean, it smells just like it did on cold after burning it. Like maybe burning it gives it a little bit of toastiness, like whenever you do go back and smell this as it's cooled off, but it's just not one of those candles to write home about. Like I really do think like if I want that popcorn smell, I'd rather spend $3 on a box of popcorn, cheap popcorn even, toss one in the microwave and just get the authentic thing, because $26.50 for this candle, I don't know what it is, but it's like it's just really hard for them to nail popcorn as a candle.
Yeah.
I think that this works well as a foundational scent in fragrances like Summer Boardwalk, or, you know, I can't really think of any other popcorny ones off the top of my head, but as far as a rating goes, definitely a swap. So if you buy this and you burn it like we did, keep the receipt. If you're going to spend the amount of money that they want for this, like, take it back, grab a candle. Like, I'd rather have Sour Melon Drop over this any day. I really want to know what you'd like. Would you rather burn this, or would you rather burn Sour Melon Drop?
Oh, I don't like myself for saying it, but I think I'd rather do Sour Melon Drop. You get more value out of it.
You really do. And the smell is at least pleasant and bright. This
like
is...
that,
yeah.
Sour Melon Drop is closer to a 2650 candle than that is.
Yeah. This just, like, honestly, after burning it, I really just kind of want to, like, take a shower almost. Like, I don't know if it's just, maybe it's the rest of the day catching up with me, but like it does.
Oh my god, that's a perfect description. Okay, so you just made me think of it. If you're a high school kid who's worked in a movie theater, it's the smell you have on your clothes when you get home from work for the night.
Damn. We need to just get that paragraph written right here on the label. That's
what it is.
That's exactly what this smells like. This is a huge disappointment for me. Like, I still like the label. I really like the bonfiriness that Morgan mentioned about it. The smell is just, it just leaves so much out there. Like, it's a return for me. It's a swap if you've got the receipt.
It's a return for me as well.
Yeah. So that's our review of Buttery popcorn. You know, I think that there's better things out there to spend your money on. I'm not even just talking about candles at this point. But yeah.
Go take $26.50 and buy actual popcorn.
Yeah. Buy $26.50 plus tax worth of Buttery popcorn, and you'll have a much better time than you will burning this candle. But anyway, that's our review of Buttery popcorn. Let us know what you think. Do you agree? Do you absolutely love this as a popcorn candle? Either way, let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to like our video and subscribe. We really want to just keep making this content. We love making these videos. This is what we would do in our free time, just sit there and talk to each other about how much we like or dislike candles on the couch. So we're really glad to be spending this time with you guys. And yeah.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.